And that is to help them balance. They actually have a really thick tail. If you were to feel it, it's like really pretty muscular and thick.
If you're new around here, that's my husband Sione and I'm Alana. And since July of 2019, we have been counting and sharing the life lessons we've been learning as we've been going on adventures.
What's up, guys?
What's up, everyone?
So our last adventure, we went to the wildlife safari in Winston, Oregon.
And it wasn't like our normal adventures because it just so happened that this one was on New Year's Eve and it's 3 hours away from where we live, and we were hosting a New Year's Eve party celebration at our house that evening. There's actually a lot going on over here today, and I'm trying to be okay with the fact that I will most likely not get everything that I want done. So there are some days where I really need to practice active gratitude. I have this huge list of things that I'd like to get done, but the likelihood that I'll actually be able to cross every single thing off of that list for the day is extremely thin. So here's the dilemma, or would it be better to call it a blessing? But we'll also be hosting about 15 to 20 of our friends at our house for a little New Year's Eve get-together. This is the only date available that we could go and do this Cheetah Encounter together as a group, and we really wanted to do this together, and we just can't change when New Year's is, so we were stuck with making it work with what we had. And so here's where active gratitude comes into play and why it's so good to use during things like this. I could have easily been frustrated and maybe cancel some of those plans or decide they're just not going to happen, or I could be grateful. And so, of course, I choose gratitude because there are so many reasons that this whole situation is a blessing in and of itself. I get to go and do these really cool excursions often. We have the funds to be able to do it and the time to do so as well. Well, my sister lives close enough to us that we're able to go and do these things together. And how awesome is it that I have friends that are willing enough to come and hang out with us for New Year's, and that I have a home that's large enough to host them, and that we're able to even provide a cool evening together. I think both of us didn't really sleep the night before because we wanted to make sure everything was prepped and ready for everyone to come over so that we could go enjoy the whole safari thing and come back. Luckily, my sister drove.
Yes, we fell asleep, or I did, the entire way.
We just got to the wildlife safari and I'm so cold. Luckily, I got everything that I need to get done finished. Well, pretty much everything I need to get done finished yesterday. So we're here, but I basically did not sleep. So we'll see how this goes. I was able to sleep a few hours on the way here though. Because of the lack of sleep, our commentary was really random. I noticed that as I was going through the footage. The animals we're seeing may not be in the wild, but because I slept on the way here, my hair is pretty wild.
This is what they feed the domesticated animals. They take American Express.
So we are here at the wildlife safari.
Cold.
And we have about an hour to walk around at the free little zoo area.
Cold.
Sione, are you ready to go and see without the gates or the fence between us, these guys?
I see the cheetah playing with a dog, so I think I'm good.
I know, there's a dog in there. The dog looks really happy. I was on the other side of this thing here, and all of a sudden I hear Sione go, "Whoa!" as he turned the corner. This is why. What is going on?
Oh.
Sione does not like snakes. Did you know that there is such a thing as a legless lizard? Sione says it's pretty much a snake. It's good enough to freak him out.
A legless lizard, that's pretty much a snake. That's a snake. It's as good as not a snake.
What the heck are you doing? They weren't here last time. It was so sad. Enter at your own risk. Don't feed anything.
Out of all of the animals, this is the one that freaks me out the most. And last time we were here, I was super hesitant to come inside. But I found out that she has arthritis, and so she can't move very fast. But look at her feet. Don't they remind you of dinosaur feet? What are those though? Are they called Velociraptors? What are the ones that run? Totally reminds me of a Velociraptor. My dad says dark crystal. Do you remember those things? That like when they walk. This was the only reason I was brave enough to walk in here. If not, no thank you. What are these strange creatures with phones and cameras walking about? Everywhere we go.
Just looked at these animals and the body structures, and the first thing I thought of was when you skip leg day.
They're stretching. I love it. Do it again. I've been trying to get a flamingo when it's on one leg stretching because it's so pretty, but I can't, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like because it's really cool. It goes like this. It like sticks its leg back and it's like...
They're so pretty.
I don't have the balance that they do.
Whoa.
Birds. After walking around Safari Village, it was finally time for us to check in for our cheetah encounter. Did you know this about cheetahs? It's one of the reasons why we don't mind and we like to come here. They do a lot to help with the cheetahs and also the elephants.
So when you go to the wildlife safari, you can have opportunities to do different types of encounters. I think the last time they went,
We did the elephant one, and if you didn't see that video, you can see it.
yeah, so when you go and you pay for these encounters, take your time. Like, if they tell you to hurry up, then hurry up. But if you're not being rushed, then take your time. We had the cheetah encounter this time, and so we got a chance to take pictures about 5 feet away from the cheetah. It was pretty awesome.
And that is to help them balance. They actually have a really thick tail. If you were to feel it, it's like really pretty muscular and thick and everything. They look and everything. So how we tell Cayenne and Matilda, his sister, apart up there, you know, they both are big kitties. You know, it can be kind of hard to tell apart, but he has a very thick neck. He has a lot longer fur. His head's bigger. He's just all around kind of bigger in general. He's very tall. You know, he has long legs. He's actually one of our biggest cheetahs that we have. Yeah, that purr. Actually, if we get all quiet down real quick, you can hear him purring right now. We'll be quiet for 1 second. But if you guys have a cat at home or anything and you felt them lick you before, it's like really rough and everything, like kind of a weird feeling. It's just like that with them because they have these like barbs on their tongue, and that actually helps to kind of actually peel the skin off of like whatever they're eating actually. So you'll see them sometimes licking on us, and like they're actually just doing it kind of out of affection. They like us and stuff, but after a while it's like, that kind of hurts, buddy. Like it kind of feels like a sunburn actually after a while.
Favorite thing about the encounter itself?
They're really pretty.
They're really pretty. I like that they're motivated by food. I don't know why.
Because you relate?
I do. I totally relate to that.
Yeah, if we ever start kind of running out of snacks and everything for them, because that is their motivation, then we do have to put them back in and everything, because that's really why they come out here, is because they know they're gonna eat. You know, they're kind of not like a dog in the sense they'll feed off your like love and stuff. Like they do like us, but it's not like they're, you know, like they're always willing to do things just because they love us. You know, they need that food motivation, which I feel is most like all cats.
Favorite part of the experience?
Watching the cheetah.
Watching the cheetah. Did you learn anything cool or anything that stuck out that was cool to you?
Cheetahs, just they said they're a lesser cat, so they can meow and they can
bark.
They can bark. They can make a whole bunch of different noises that like other bigger cats don't make.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty
like
cool.
Lions roar only, and I guess something
They
about
chirp
there's a
too.
bone that's like in
the
their
hyoid
throat.
bone. Yeah, they can chirp and communicate with their young ones
like a bird.
Like a bird, in case a bigger predator is nearby, they might think it's just a bird. That's how they communicate. That's pretty cool. And then their claws. There's retractable claws, but these cats, the cheetahs, they keep them out all the time, and it's mainly to rip the ground so they can retract practice.
Yeah, and since these cheetahs are not in the wild and they don't have to go hunt for their food or find a mate, they don't necessarily run as much, and they like to be lazy, a lot like house cats. We just finished our cheetah encounter, and now we're going to go drive through the safari park, which I really think is cool, and this is the first time Sione is doing it, so even cooler. My hair is crazy today.
I don't know how many vehicles get hit by the animals.
Last time we just got stuck between animals.
We're in a standoff.
We're surrounded.
And then the baby's there, so we're not going to be able to go by unless they all move over.
So we're kind of trapped between a whole bunch of bison and reindeer. It's quite an interesting predicament. We've been here for about 10 minutes maybe. We can't drive through.
Hello, Mrs.
Just another bunch of cars checking me out.
There's one head up. Lion sleeps for like 20 hours a day, so.
coming this way.
What are you doing? Go to Alana.
No, thank you.
So we're talking to the lady that works there, and she was telling us that if you have like a hatchback in the back of your car, that you should roll it up, because if you come by the emus, they will crawl in and they want to come with you. So it's a little scary. People have them as pets. Can you believe that? Cheetah Encounters. They're for free.
Oh, it's speeding up. Whoa, hello.
Whoa.
Hey, don't pick up my...
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Holy... Whoa! What are you doing, sir? That's my car.
I think this one must be this one must specifically be a...
Look at your face. Oh my gosh!
Trying to pick at the window.
Okay, pick at your window. You better be careful. Because he stepped away, and if I can keep
Oh,
driving.
they're both here.
Both over here. Come on, you can drive. But I can get driver's family too.
That eye looks so
Goodbye.
crazy.